Some critics may argue that the United States is now scrambling toward new bunker bomb plans out of concern that older systems are no longer enough, especially after Iran recovered some of the older ones from war. The Trump administration appears to be moving quickly to secure funding for a new nuclear bunker buster program, suggesting that Washington may believe a fresh deep penetration option is becoming strategically urgent. Some observers are also asking whether Trump is now backing a successor to the B-61-11 gravity bomb because recent U.S. difficulties involving Iran may have exposed limits in existing assumptions about deterrence and target destruction. The U.S. Department of Energy is reportedly seeking millions of dollars in fresh funding for the development of a new munition, pointing to a possible next step in Washington's strategic weapons planning. According to reports, the U.S. government is looking for funds to develop a new bunker-busting nuclear weapon, a move that could sharpen concerns over the future direction of America's deterrence posture. The War Zone reported that the U.S. Energy Department is asking for $99.794 million in the next fiscal cycle, indicating that the project may now be entering a more formal and funded stage. The budget request reportedly revealed the name of the weapon as the Nuclear Deterrent System-Air-delivered, giving the public its clearest indication yet of the program's identity. At present, there is reportedly only one specialized air-delivered deep-penetrating weapon in the U.S. nuclear stockpile, which makes the emergence of a follow-on system especially significant. The reported move appears to indicate that the U.S. government is planning a successor to the B-61-11 gravity bomb, long associated with missions against hardened underground targets. The War Zone noted that the current program is being described as the beginning of a new Phase 1, suggesting that it is still in an early but important stage of development. According to the same report, the program will eventually move under the broader Phase 6X nuclear weapons development process, linking it to the formal structure used for major U.S. nuclear modernization efforts. A spokesperson for the National Nuclear Security Administration said, and I quote, "The Nuclear Deterrent System-Air-delivered will provide the President with additional nuclear options to defeat hard and deeply buried targets, ensuring that adversaries cannot place their most valued assets beyond the reach of America's nuclear forces. The program is moving aggressively, and further information will become publicly available when it is strategically beneficial to the United States." Unquote. The War Zone also reported that the B-61-11 is currently the only air-delivered nuclear weapon of its kind in the U.S. stockpile, underlining why a replacement question has become strategically important. The B-61-11 is based on the older B-61-7 design but was substantially modified, according to the report, in order to give it a more specialized role against buried and fortified targets. It is said to feature a reinforced casing, a possible depleted uranium-penetrating nose, and a rear rocket booster, all of which are associated with improving its ability to reach hardened underground facilities. Its yield is estimated at roughly 340 to 360 kilotons, and some assessments suggest it could possibly be closer to 400 kilotons, making it a weapon of very high destructive potential. The War Zone also noted that the B-61-12 was once considered as a possible replacement for the B-61-11, showing that Washington has been weighing this capability gap for some time. However, that plan was reportedly abandoned, most likely because the B-61-12 lacked the deep penetrating capability required for the most hardened underground targets. The B-61-13 is now seen as a more powerful bomb in the U.S. arsenal, but officials reportedly have not described it as a direct replacement for the B-61-11. Meanwhile, the stockpiled B-83-1 gravity bomb also remains relevant in this discussion because of its megaton-class yield and its continued place in debates over high-end nuclear options. The revelation about America's reported new bunker-busting bomb came at a time when reports about Iran's reverse engineering efforts were also drawing attention, adding a wider geopolitical layer to the disclosure. Iran's IRGC said on May 1st that it had neutralized an unexploded AGM-154 JSOW glide bomb. The US-made bomb was described in Iranian reporting as a weapon used by enemy forces during the war against Iran. Tasnim-linked reporting said the IRGC disposal unit neutralized the AGM-154 JSOW in Peshwa County in Tehran province. Iran has in recent days repeatedly claimed to be finding and neutralizing unexploded US munitions left behind by wartime strikes. This latest bomb disposal claim came amid separate Iranian assertions that recovered American munitions are being sent for technical study and possible reverse engineering. Earlier, Iran had already claimed a rare haul of largely intact U.S. weapons as diplomacy remained stalled over a possible deal. State media say the cache includes advanced GBU and Blue Series missiles left behind after recent U.S.-Israeli strikes on southern Iran. The IRGC says bomb disposal teams first neutralized the live warheads before sending the recovered missiles on to technical units for detailed analysis. Commanders openly state that all recovered missiles have been handed over for reverse engineering, hoping to strip out guidance, fusing, and warhead secrets. The Imam Sajjad Corps in Hormuzgan claims it has neutralized or destroyed more than 60 incoming missiles and drones since the war's opening strikes on February 28. That tally, they say, includes bunker buster bombs, cruise missiles, and advanced drones among the weapons shot down or found unexploded on Iranian soil. The IRGC now claims its bomb disposal work tied to the U.S.-Israeli campaign in Hormuzgan province is completed, implying the immediate danger from duds there has been cleared, at least officially. In Zanjan province, the IRGC's Ansar al-Mahdi Corps says it has recovered more than 9,500 unexploded bomblets scattered across fields and around sensitive sites. Officials allege those bomblets came from U.S.-Israeli cluster bombs used in aerial mining missions, designed to litter key locations with hidden explosives. The IRGC claims the aim was to contaminate critical and sensitive locations across Zanjan, making repairs and normal life dangerous long after the strike stopped. The same units say they neutralized or destroyed around 55 rockets and larger missiles in the province, adding to the picture of how much failed to detonate on impact. Among the most dramatic finds was a GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator, a huge bunker buster bomb the disposal teams say they defused and handed over intact to authorities. The discovery comes less than a month after the U.S.-Israeli attacks ended in a ceasefire, underlining how much unexploded ordnance was left behind in the rush to pause hostilities. Iranian media say all the recovered weapons are now being studied to boost Iran's own defense capabilities, feeding into a long-standing reverse engineering effort.